Senator Ellis, this amendment gives $50 million to expand Medicaid for all persons for whom federal funds are available, correct?
That's correct.
How much will your amendment provide to expand Medicaid?
$50.4 million, Senator, according to the LBB, is going to draw down $4 billion.
Do you know how much the state would have to put up over the next 10 years if we were to buy into the expansion? I
do, Senator. For an investment of $15 billion, we could draw down as much as $100 billion in federal funds over the next 10 years.
So the state would need to come up with $15.6 billion to do this.
The number I have is 15. It may be 15.6.
It's 15.6, but okay. So
to draw down $100 billion.
Beyond my regular concerns about expanding Medicaid, and I think that's a whole other discussion for another time. I'm not going to spend a long time on this amendment, but I would argue that if we were to expand our Medicaid program as it is right now, it would cost us more than $50 million. I mean, we don't even need to talk about under ACA and all that's going to require, but the costs are still largely unknown, and this amendment doesn't have any long-term plan to address our health care needs. And in fact, I'm looking, your first section here expires in 2015, August 31st, 2015. What are we going to do after the expiration date if we do adopt this amendment?
Well, assuming, Senator, that someone would raise a point of order if I went beyond that 2-year cycle, this is a very fiscally conservative amendment.
So spending $15.6 billion is fiscally conservative?
No. I don't go to the $15 billion. All I'm doing is saying for this biennium, if the voters of Texas decide that they want to spend $50.4 million to draw down $4 billion, I want to let them do that. Now, as you know, I have a separate SJR that I assume will never see the light of day. And I have enabling legislation to my SJR that would draw down the entire amount. But I'm trying to keep this within the neat caption of Senator Williams' language, because I'm sure he was expecting this.
Okay, so let me ask you another question, since we're talking about fiscal conservatism here. Do you know, despite the federal match, that Texas would still be responsible for 50% of the administration costs? Do you know what those administration costs would be this biennium?
Senator, I have been told, based on reports from the LBB, which I have with me,
right?
It is on their website.
Right.
For $50.4 million, we would draw down $4 billion.
But that's not answering my question. Do you know what the administration cost would be to buy into this?
I don't know, but I'm assuming that the administration cost could come out of that $4 billion that we're drawing down.
The administration cost would be $309 million just for this biennium. And I got to tell you, Senator, I don't, we can have a long conversation.
Can that come out of the $4 billion from the federal government?
No.
The admin costs.
But I agree with you that we need to increase access to health care for Texans. I don't disagree with that. But I want to do it in a responsible, cost-effective manner that will ensure that our Medicaid program is available to our citizens now and in the future. The costs under our current system are unsustainable. We've got to fix those underlying problems within the current system before we even consider expanding it. So I would have to,
Senator, I hope
respectfully oppose your amendment.
I appreciate that. I think you would agree that the cost of not insuring those 1.5 million Texans is a cost that your hospital district, my hospital district, we're paying for it. You know, these doctors took the Hippocratic Oath, and they do serve people when they show up at an emergency room. So what we're paying right now is far more than this $50.4 million and the $300 million that you were alluding to in administrative costs. I wouldn't challenge it. I don't know. But this is an opportunity that if we pass up in Texas, I suspect that some of those people who may find it easy to find a reason to vote against this amendment now, at some point they're going to have to dance to the music of their constituents back home, because it is going to be a tremendous loss for the state of Texas.
Senator, I would work on fixing the current system before I'd even talk about expanding sometime in the future. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.